So for the last 6 months, Becca has been working day and night to get our kitchen refitted. She's used reclaimed scaffolding boards for our worktops. Yeah, she's spent bloody ages sanding them and sticking them all together. She'd completed work on the right side and turned her attention to the left side, where she placed the boards on top, where she cut a hole for my butler sink. Yes, it's all mine. She actually got it for my birthday. Mine, mine, mine. And it was all looking like the next side of the kitchen was pretty much done, until I'd done this in the last episode.
Right, if you hold this and I'll have a look.
I ruined it, whatever. How's it going, guys? We alright? God, these scaffolding worktops that Bex has spent the last 6 months sanding, sticking together. Do you remember what happened in the last episode? So what a bloody nightmare, guys. Oh, I can't believe it. So we got the boards out, Becca glued them back together again, and we put them back inside the boat for now. The problem now is that you can see this little crack sort of going across there. Can you see? I'm hoping we can sort of sand that down or put some sort of a solution of some sort on it to hide it a bit, really. But as if things couldn't get any worse. So Becca obviously cut this out, and we are going to use that piece of wood to cover it up again with when we just want to make the area sort of look nice and tidy. In true Chrissy Crobot fashion, to put the icing on the cake, I picked up the little bit of wood that sits over the top of the sink here, and as I picked it up, it snapped as well. Here it is. So at this point, I'm starting to wonder if there's some sort of superhuman strength running through my veins that I have never been aware of. So I imagine we're probably going to have to bung a couple of big screws through there or something, aren't we? Just to keep it all in tight. But it does show that there was a weakening, I think, in that scaffolding board. I'm not just trying to make myself feel better. But when I looked back at some of the footage, you could actually see that this worktop already had a bit of a split going through it, so it was literally going to go at any point, really, and it just so happened to be me. But we've managed to fix it. Well, Bex has managed to fix it, and we're going to sand it down a little bit and sort of make it blend in and look all nice again, because this bit never got snapped when I lifted it, which shows that there was a weakness there. If you can see that bit there will be exactly the same, because when I lifted it up and snapped it, this bit wasn't even in there. I picked it up here, obviously, which is silly because it's only got this little piece to rely on for strength. So Bex has gone away for a couple of weeks. Luckily, it's not because of what happened to the worktops, though I do want to make it up to her. This is a day in the life on a project boat of an idiot that has just damaged his girlfriend's worktops that she's been working on for the last 6 months. The new Nick Cave book there. So if we just go back a couple of days, it was time to try and sort out some of the rusty issues around our boat. So Becca's told me to go around and try and scrape off any bits of sort of, that look rusty, and wire brush them and sort of get them ready for a bit of Aquastil on there, because we just want to prevent that getting any worse. My issue is, if I go around and do that to the whole entire boat, There's not going to be any paint left on the boat, is there? Because it's a rust bucket. That sort of thing, is it? So for now, we've just opted to go for the areas where the rust is actually coming through, and we give them a little scrub up, and we just try and tidy them up a bit, followed by the rust repellent. So much for not going around the sides. And later on in the episode, I will be applying this paint that I picked up for the patches without doing a proper colour match. Looks alright, don't it? Fingers crossed, eh? What can go wrong? But first, back to our rust repellent. So here we go, the aqua still is going on. This turns all the evil little parts of rust to brand new steel. No, it doesn't actually do that, but it prevents them getting any worse. So there's your aqua still, all dried up and ready to go. So we let that dry overnight, and now we're onto the red oxide, the primer, guys. Then hopefully that should be all ready for our beautiful new coat of paint that we'll put over the top of this today. I mean, it's at this current stage, it looks worse than rust, doesn't it? It's really bright. I suppose that's why they call it red oxide. It's red. So yeah, at this point, quite a few little patches around the boat, guys. It's mainly in the bow, but there are a few little areas around the rest of the boat too. But back to today, and I mean, I haven't even got up properly yet, and I am determined to cheer Becca up for when she gets back to the boat. Yet I've really got to try and make up for these bloody boards snapping, don't I? So I've got some serious work to be getting on with, haven't I? And work cannot be getting on with without... God, I can't even be left alone for 1 minute trying to eat a little breakfast bar, can I? Disgusting creature, aren't I? So what you're about to witness might be the biggest, baddest crobodge to date, guys. You know all the little rust patches around the boat that I've sort of scraped with the wire brush and then I've coated with the red oxide? Well, today I'm going to paint some of those areas. I want to get it done really before Bex gets back. The problem is the paint that we got for the spots is probably going to be a different shade of blue than the actual boat. Yeah, I mean, we do want to repaint the boat in a few years anyway, so this will just be a sort of temporary fix, like everything. A temporary fix. It's going to be like this just forever, isn't it? Let's face it, this is what boat life's about. It's not about having everything absolutely perfect. If you're a grubby little sod like myself, you have areas on the boat which are half finished, half done properly. As long as it's better than it was before and we've got rid of the rust and the boat isn't rotting, I think that's more important, isn't it? For it to look cosmetically beautiful is to get rid of those rusty patches. So let's go! I mean, someone would probably say just get a colour match and then you can do it properly. Problem is, I've already got the bloody paint now, haven't I? Let's see how we get on, and let's see if we can cheer Bex up a little bit for when she gets back. I've also had a word with Alison, who's doing our Crutch covers, and I'm hoping that she'll come down today, and then hopefully for the time that Becca's back from her course, we'll have the lovely Crutch covers on the front and the rear of the boat, and we'll also have all these little rusty areas sorted out too. So hopefully I've made it up to her a little bit, but you'll see by her reaction, I suppose, won't you, in the next episode? Okay, make the most of our beautiful red oxide, because the beautiful red oxide is going to change colour in a minute to the exact colour of our boat. I'm telling you. Really similar. What do you reckon, guys? Quick mixy. That's pretty close. Could be the biggest blag of them yet. It's a little bit lighter. Tiny little bit lighter. I mean, at this point it was looking alright. A little bit off, but we knew it would be a little bit off. Ain't better than nothing. But a little bit off led to a little bit off more, and our vessel was starting to turn into a smurf. I have a feeling it's going to stick out like a sore thumbnail. I'm going to keep going. I'm not too sure, you know, but what you meant to do? It's good for now, innit? And then in the future we can go over it with a better one. Like I say, it's a temporary fix, isn't it? Like everything on this boat, temporary. What do you reckon? Is it a good idea to keep going, or do you get a new tin or something? Not happy about this. Out of all the bodges, this is the one which sticks out the most, because it literally sticks out the most. Let's see, we're going to keep going, and then I'll stand back and I'll show you how it looks from afar. That's it. You don't want to look at any of this stuff up too close, do you? I mean, from a distance, it don't look too bad. I mean, if you don't look too close, you're all right. It's better than it being red, I suppose. We had to start messing around with the rust on the boat, didn't we? The whole idea of this was to cheer Bex up a bit after my disaster of the kitchen worktops. I reckon this might make it worse. I'll have to film a reaction for you guys when she comes back. Right, and this is the other side. And again, it doesn't look too bad from afar, but you get a bit closer, you can really tell. I mean, here you can really tell. Can't you? Oh, God. But luckily, just before things could get any worse, Alison was coming to see us with her lovely Crutch covers. And again, these are just put on temporary for now because she still needs to do some tweaking. Yeah, it's kind of clipped on now to all the knobbly bits that are put on in one of the last episodes. And there's going to be a window here as well.
You can see where I've drawn the window.
Yeah.
Windows go on last.
Looks great, but in one of the next few episodes we're going to have to drill a few holes in the roof along the top here so we can get some more knobbly things into there. Did I say knobbly things? Sorry, I meant knobbly bits. Anyway, looks bloody lovely, doesn't it? And you know what this means? No more leaky. From the inside, just as cosy. I imagine in a few weeks down the line this would just be filled up with hordes of spiders. And down here's my lovely paintwork that should hopefully cheer Becca up. Or hopefully the Crutch covers will hide it. Okay, like, subscribe, smash that stupid little bell, and I'll see you in the next one.